Also, I hate this keyboard so much.
Oh.
You know what it's like? You get used to using one, and then you have to use a backup one. It feels weird.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof, and welcome to the 14th session of Shadows of Sorcery. Today, one of our players is running a little bit late, so we are chatting amongst ourselves while we await their arrival. And I'm being informed that my hair looks more blonde than anything else on camera at the moment, so it is what it is. Yeah, look at the backdrop. Look at the backdrop. Look at how pretty that window looks as well. It's so nice.
You realize, of course, that now we can actually calculate your exact position.
I was about to say you are completely doxing yourself, but
Kind of, but not really.
No, we absolutely can. I could go into Google Images right now and find you.
I mean, you could, but then you'd have to sort through the 100 or so apartments that are in this building as well.
You're literally giving me angles.
Maybe. I don't think anyone will care enough. I don't think anyone will care.
And in this session,
enough
chat
to
learns
dox,
trigonometry.
honestly.
In this session, Lying remembers all the stuff that they got taught in digital forensics.
I mean, in fairness, I'm probably gonna end up getting some lines in here, so I'll have a nice red curtain behind me or something. But that's a little while out. So yeah.
You probably need that for the summer, because the sun will just bleach through.
They don't make a wired version of the keyboard I like.
Oh.
Aw.
Oh,
You don't like
yeah.
wireless keyboards?
Well, no, it's just that the keyboard that just died this evening was a wireless one, and I'm starting to get to the point of like, do I want to do this again?
Yeah, I know it. Understandable.
Also, evening, Rakan.
Yes, sorry for being late. I was in the middle. I was in the middle of a tournament local.
No. You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I was
Thank you.
It did too, so...
I wonder which one there is the lesser of two evils. That's for the people to decide.
Probably payday 2, to be honest.
I was nearly late because
Hospitals
my
are a
phone went
nightmare. Anyway, now that we're all here, we can begin. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 14th session of Shadows of Sorcery. Last we left off with our party of brave, if somewhat cowardly adventurers. Okay, no, I should amend that. Brave and one very cowardly adventurers.
There we go.
There you
go. We encountered an entrance, or at least one of you remembers encountering an entrance to the Feywild. You gained a new party member, a Kenku, by the name of Horace, and you have unfortunately lost your barbarian Gilk, who fell to the tail of a bullet and was launched off a cliff, where his body now lies broken at the bottom of a chasm. The four of you left are now deep once again in the mines, of Cragstead, of South Cragstead to be specific, and the four of you are left just at the entrance to the massive chasm where the bullet was last seen. Darren, you are still standing on a rickety rail bridge that crosses over a rather deep pit, at the bottom of which is a rather large amount of molten magma. The four of you have lost a party member. What do you do now?
Ingvar is currently resisting the urge to punch Darren into the lava for essentially abandoning them in the middle of a fight. He's just
Meanwhile,
I
my
going to
camera's
do?
in the blue square dimension.
There,
Ooh.
click your image on the left.
You gotta probably lift up the green bar.
Okay, no, it wasn't the green bar, it was the white one. My camera had spawned several miles underwater.
Yeah,
Ah,
mine
yes.
does.
Ah.
Oh, right, yes. I raised the sea level by 40 blocks.
Ah,
Okay.
That explains.
Playing it.
Yeah. That-
Climate change is real.
Your old camera position will be below sea level because of that. Yeah, that's my fault. Sorry.
That's
No
alright.
worries.
But yeah, it also means that
blame
now
the-
I get
blame the
to
capital city for all
put
those
more
carbon
stuff in
emissions.
the ocean.
oh no.
Oh god. Oh god. I can't wait to fight 10 Krakens at once. 2 years
Don't
from
worry, I
now.
won't put you up against Krakens yet.
Yet. I'm just gonna turn on. Well, we should probably wait. We should probably wait for Gilk. I'm sure he'll be here any minute now.
I have a question on that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
As a cleric of Matano, and I do know this person personally, did I feel him die?
Did you? Oh, okay. Roll me a wisdom check.
Okay, as soon as I can log into Adventurers Codex, now that my keyboard actually functions.
That's something I should pull up.
Okay. Flat whiz or anything particular?
Flat wisdom.
Alright.
Well,
15 plus, what is my stat in this? 1. So 16 total.
Isaac, as you turned back to shout to Gilk to run, you felt a cold shiver run down your spine as you saw your friend plummet off the side of the cliff. As he disappeared from your eyes, you felt the thread that connected Gilk's body to this plane of existence snap. As far as you are aware, he is gone. He has returned to the endless dark.
Okay. In which case, Isaac's gonna just respectfully go over to Horace and just put a hand on the shoulder of just, Horace, you don't need to call out to him. It's already gone.
Just like turn towards you, just like, he'll be back eventually. I'm sure of it, right? Yes. Yes. Your party always sticks by you. They don't go, right? Yes. He'll be back.
Put it this way, pal. One day, in some way, you'll see him again.
Yes. I guess he's off to. I guess he's off to. He's out adventuring in other planes now. Yes.
And we'll catch up to him one day. Go look after the others for a second. I'm gonna do something.
All right. Just as like slightly slightly forlorn. Which slightly forlorn, just like Horace is gonna walk back. Which I will say, I will like I'm not like shoving myself in the middle of the party. I know what I'm. Why I should shut the fuck up. Sorry.
Dude, you're fine.
Yeah.
Be you.
But yeah, he's Horace is just like gonna walk back with everybody else.
Okay. Alright, so what are you doing?
What Ed is currently doing is he's got the various scriptures open in front of him, and I can't see anything that I can cannibalize into a sort of like just a short goodbye point.
You'd probably find that in Scripture 5.
Exactly.
I can give you the condensed version.
But basically, I was just trying to find any sort of like 2-line summary goodbye kind of point that I'm guessing Death Worshippers probably have one.
Yes. Your average cleric of Matano will find passages in the scriptures relating to farewells and that sort of thing. I can tell you, I haven't written Scripture 5 yet.
I grasped that bit.
Yeah. Essentially, it equates to... Clerics of Matano are very aware of where the souls of the dead go when they die. With relative exceptions, such as pacts with demons, etc., etc., most souls end up either in the Endless Dark or the Endless Light. The Endless Light is usually reserved for worshippers of deities, while the Endless Dark is usually reserved for those who made their own way in the world. And
Okay.
in a lot of ways, you suspect that Gilp would have ended up in the Endless Dark.
Oh yeah, he made his
own
own way in the world.
through
That's
the
fine.
afterlife, as it were.
Yeah. So, if permission to riff, it'll
Go.
just be sort of bring the hand up to the chest, almost like the sort of crossed over arm salute for the old Romans like to use, and just, buddy, you're probably already out in the dark already. Who knows? One day I might find you myself. Don't know if I've got a place reserved. Thank you for everything. Okay. We'll hold the door for you.
As
And,
you
sorry.
walk, as you look over the cliff, and you say this prayer
At a safe distance.
at a safe distance, the bullet, you can see it is pacing sort of around.
Oh, I'm not
the
concerned about the
edge.
bullet. I'm pretty sure there was like other people still standing
Oh,
around
no,
the corner.
no, all of those were dead. All
Oh,
of those
okay,
are
in which case I
dead.
might,
dead.
I'll do my
the
bit.
bullet chewed 2 of them up.
I'll do my soliloquy from the rock if that's all right then, please.
Yeah. The bullet you can see is kind of prowling around the edge of the lava pit. The body of the dwarf that Horace enchanted to smell delectable is kind of sizzling on the middle of the lava.
Yeah, I remember the smelly dwarf.
Yeah, you can
Well-
see Gilk's broken, lifeless body down at the edge of the lava. One of his arms is slowly starting to get singed and catch fire. Out of the corner of your eye, on the tracks, you notice, or rather you spot, Gilk's pack.
Lydia, why did you phrase it like
in
that?
his last moments, sitting kind of broken apart and scattered. The remnants of what he was carrying before are all covering the cracks. One of the things that you notice is kind of half embedded in one of the supports for the rails above you, the Cerberus flail that he was using to battle the bullet is sort of embedded in one of the support struts.
Does it
would you
feel
like
like
to do?
ripping that out would destroy the support strut?
No. The support struts are pretty thick,
Okay.
heavy oak beams. It looks like it embedded in there, but it barely got a third of the way through.
As respectfully as one can unembed something, Isaac's going to sort of free the flail, do the sort of thing where you can compress it down and stash it while just sort of kind of nodding to the heavens, nod to the floor.
Okay. Add a Cerberus flail to your pack.
I remember there's a magic
it is
items
a-
section.
It is a melee weapon, one-handed. Does 1d10 of damage, and its damage type is bludgeoning and slashing.
I'm having Codex is fighting me again, so I'm just going to write this down as notes instead.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that was melee, 1d10 blood.
Bludgeoning and slashing.
Oh, blood slash. Gotcha.
It is a one-handed
okay.
weapon.
One-handed.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, and if you want its price, it's worth 10 gold pieces, basically.
I'm not selling it.
That's fine.
I'll list it as a weapon warhammer for the moment because it won't literally won't let me add it otherwise as anything else at the moment.
Fine.
Bloody Codex. Right, there we go. Okay, and to stop holding up the session, scooty booty my way back here.
Do you want to look through any of Gilk's pack before you leave? Or are you just going to leave that?
Realistically, he is only after the thing that he thinks... He doesn't want to stick around too long because there's obviously still possibly people knocking around. He doesn't know. And take something to remember Gilk with. And other than that... not like the door and whatnot wouldn't particularly be useful. I'm not sure if that even went with him.
The
rations
door
and-
is lying shattered underneath.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
Rations and whatnot isn't realistically worth getting to the crossing line of looting the dead for.
Would
so
you
can't
like to roll an investigation check to see if you can see anything that would catch your eye? Or are you not fast?
I'll happily do it. Well, it means he's an investigative type. I'll do an investigation on if there is anything that I feel is a more suitable pick alongside or in replacement of the flail. And then we could retro roll that into me noticing the flail.
Yeah. I mean, you see the flail you would have seen regardless, but roll me an investigation check.
Working on it. What even is investigation? I always forget. So that is a total of 17.
Okay. As you look around the devastation that surrounds you, the dead bodies of multiple dark gnomes and another Duergar, and Gilk's pack, you notice sitting underneath everything is a dark, sort of bluish-black cloak with a deep red lining, and a silver buckle with a crest of a double-bladed axe embedded on it.
Well, could use something to wrap this with. And again, respectfully folds up the cloak, places that in the pack,
Okay.
separated from the flail so that they're not going to rip each other.
Roll me a perception check real quick. Just straight perception.
Straight, yeah, indeed. It's a 3. So even with perception, that's only going to make it a 6.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no, it's
dear.
it's fine.
It's a cape. I grasped that bit.
I will give you the name of this item, because it doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things. Because I can't give you the full name, but I'll give you what it is, and it is an elder's cloak. For the moment.
I'll put that under normal items just because I don't know it's anything else.
That's fine.
Yep, cool.
Okay. And that means I can shut down Gilk's character sheet permanently because nobody else.
He did.
Nobody else has taken anything from his pack. Okay. Right. You regroup with your party members in the sort of darkened stone corridors of the mine. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna start by erasing myself, because I feel like it's probably going to come back to bite me if I don't.
I'm sorry, did you just say you're going to start by erasing yourself?
I heard start by racing myself.
Racing!
Oh, bracing! Right.
Oh, bracing!
Ew.
I thought you were just gonna sit down with Mario Kart for a moment there.
I thought you were going to Thanos snap yourself.
Yeah, it's a little bit confusing, but it's fine. It's just
Blue shell
one
for
is
roulette.
quiet.
I can't live without Gilk anymore. Throws himself in the lava.
Okay, so you brace yourself against one of the supports of the bridge.
Yes, and then I'm going
Okay.
to try and move half speed along this rickety track.
You're moving half speed? Okay, yeah, you managed to get about halfway across. Without too much trouble. As Ingvar kind of shouts at you from behind. Horace, Ingvar, Isaac. Are you guys going to follow? Or...
Oh, Ingvar's going to follow him, alright, because he's pissed at that, pissed at him at the minute.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We probably should cross the bridge one at a time. This thing does not look very. Just looks down at it, just safe.
Yeah, there is bubbling molten magma below it. It doesn't look safe. You are right.
When I get my hands on that bastard abandoning dwarf, I'm going to wring his neck.
Isaac's going to make his way over to the chappie over here, but I'm aware I've done a lot of talking, so do other people first.
Okay. Darren.
What a second, Isaac.
Oh, yes.
Remember, this is just my cousin.
Yes.
My infinite
yes.
cousins.
Basically, it's a thing.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Darren,
Canonically, Isaac just has a very generic face.
Yeah.
As you get around halfway across the bridge, you feel it sort of shake under you, and you watch as you look down and you see the molten magma kind of bubbling below you. There's small ripples of dust that descend from the ceiling above you, and it doesn't feel particularly stable. Other than that, nothing much happens. Are you going to carry on across?
I mean, this is literally the only exit right now. So I
Well,
don't
it's
have
not the
much-
only
much
exit,
choice.
but it is an exit, yes.
It's the only exit that doesn't have bullet in it.
Or even the chance of possible bullet.
Yeah.
This is true.
Half speed, continuing to be careful.
Okay.
It's also the only exit without an angry Ingvar in it.
You managed to get across the bridge pretty much unscathed, other than your earlier tumbles when you were trying to drag a terrified person across it. Yeah. Ingvar, your turn. Are you going half speed or are you going full tilt across the bridge?
Oh, he's just going for it.
Going
Oh,
for
boy.
it. All right. Okay. Roll me a dexterity check.
Where's me dagger? Where's me thingy? Oh, the right
Space.
sheet first. I was trying to get the right. It is a 20, isn't it?
It is
Yes.
20, yes. 20 and add your dexterity modifier.
Oh,
boy.
good God.
Wow. Oh
So
boy.
that's 8.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Meet up at the restaurant, party of free.
Okay, that's not... okay. You make it about halfway across the bridge before one of your feet, specifically your prosthetic leg, catches in one of the wooden slats, and you fall flat on your face. The bridge shudders beneath your weight as you fall, but seems to hold itself as far as you can tell.
Horace is going to just like cast Mage Hand, like he just cast Mage Hand and just extend the Mage Hand across and just like have it like offer itself to help Ingvar up.
Mage Hand is a cantrip, correct?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That will... I will say that will give you advantage on your next dexterity check if you want to continue charging across the bridge, Ingvar.
Oh yes.
Magical helicopter parenting.
Pretty much. Okay. If you're going to continue charging across, I'll need you to roll me another dexterity check.
Let's do this one.
You are fine.
Oh, much better.
You're
Plus four,
fine.
23, Jesus.
You pick yourself up off of the slatted wood and rails of the bridge, and you manage to sprint your way across the rest of it without too much trouble. In your pure rage and irritation at the dwarf in front of you, kind of guiding your hand, as it were. Horace, are you following your compatriots, or are you going to wait for your other friend?
Horace would just wait for Isaac at the edge and just not listening in, just like standing casually waiting for him to finish up his business.
Okay. Isaac, you approach the absolutely terrified out of his wits young miner that you have encountered down here in the mines.
Are we using child labor?
Unbelievable.
Stella, top tier.
Irredeemable.
Amazing. Incredible.
Much
what
wow.
do you say?
What I will say, will come in a moment. Give me a second. I'm buying a keyboard on Amazon.
That's...
I kind of need one. I'm
multitasking.
work from home on Friday.
This isn't an isekai.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Keyboard acquired. Right. No, I'm not multiclassing into Bard. So, Isaac's just gonna go over to the extremely terrified guy, and he remembers that he panicked about fire earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to just sort of, I'm presuming using like, I'm presuming there would have been some kind of extinguisher, either like one of those extinguishers on a stick, or maybe a rag that's not got, insulated rag for extinguishing that came with the lantern when we were taking it out of the lockers.
There were like a few brass little extinguishing
Yeah, the
cups
snuffer
that you
things,
could
yeah.
put over them. No specific rags or anything.
No, just any extinguishing method made sense for it to come with, that's all.
Yeah, pretty much. There is one, but it's kind of inbuilt into the lantern, if you will.
Okay,
It's like
he
you
uses
twist
that
it
is the point.
and- yeah.
He
Okay.
uses that is the point.
Yep.
And makes his way over to the lad and just like hands up, showing he's not too much of a threat. And just like, oh there. Listen, I understand this is a really scary business for you. You've had some bad times down here. And frankly, in the last hour or so have we.
The
We're
young
trying to
man
get out of here,
seems
and I want you to come with us.
terrified. He looks up at you and says, "Please," and he kind of holds his hands out at you, like he's trying to just ward something off. And as you see, as you look, you notice his hands are covered, absolutely covered in blisters and burn scarring.
Yep.
And he says, "Please, just just leave me here. I don't want to go. I don't. You don't know what it's like.
We don't want to leave you in a mine by yourself. You're going to starve down here.
The young man kind of...
I understand the Fire Lord is scary.
Roll me persuasion.
Okay, working on it. 17 tote, 12 plus 5.
Okay. The young man kind of looks cautious. Like, he still doesn't seem to be fully present, if you will. But your words, sort of the calming voice that you're using, seem to ground him a little. And he seems to come back to himself and goes, just no more fire, please.
We don't want any fire to come to you, but we are going to have to cross a little bit to get out. But, if it makes you feel better, I can give you something to cover your eyes, and I'll be with you the whole way.
The young man kind of nods at you, takes a deep breath, and closes his eyes and holds out one hand towards you, and then kind of thinks better about it and sort of moves his elbow in your direction.
So, and I understand. Minor social distancing. It's fine. And he's going to...
it's as in his hands are covered in burns, Ed. If you
I know,
touch them, it'll probably hurt a hell of a lot.
I know. I'm making a gaff.
Okay, it's fine.
Making an in-character... Remember Isaac is a very jaded bloke. He makes dark jokes.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to, like, gently just, like, sort of take a hold of the lad's elbow.
Mm-hmm.
And just before we move, are you sure you want to do this closing them? And you don't want to cover them? Just in case your eyes fly open if something goes wrong. We don't want to expose you to any more fire than you've already had. You've had enough.
The young lad kind of... he thinks about this for a moment and then just goes, no, closing them is fine. It's fine.
You're a brave lad. Come on, let's go. We're going to go slowly, all right? And do it continuing that sort of tone and, like, you know, a right foot here, a left foot here. So just so we can keep the session moving. He's going to move him along with him very, very slowly and narrating through every step.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine. So you guys are moving across the bridge at half speed, basically.
Yes.
I would say half to a quarter in our particular case.
That is
he's also going to be tapping each rung with his foot to make sure that it makes a sound.
That's fine. It takes you guys about 15 minutes-ish to get across the bridge, like, doing that sort of thing. But eventually you manage to get across the entire bridge without too much effort. To find on the other side Ingvar, who is pelting tiny rocks at Darren. I feel like that would be in character, wouldn't it, Lydia?
It's a little bit, yeah.
Would you like to
works.
narrate this segment?
Very good. So, Darren, what do you got to say for yourself?
What? Hang on. Where's the door one?
Where's the what?
Where exactly is the... Where's Gilk?
Isaac's just going to just sort of shake the head and just, Darren, don't. please.
Okay, storing that topic for discussion later. I'm fairly certain the exit is this way. It sounds like there is some horrific creatures of legend on the other side of that wall, so I suggest we strongly leave.
Still need to turn you up even further. There we go.
Okay.
Yes, let's leave before I fulfill the urge to toss a certain somebody into the lava.
What did I do?
Oh, abandoned us in the middle of a fight?
Not
Perhaps.
right now.
I distinctly recall telling you all to run.
Well, it's not like we had the option. Gilk was stuck fighting that thing. We were all supporting his escape.
A mighty fine success that was.
We can leave or we can stand here arguing. Which do you fucking want?
But yeah,
Let's
yes.
get out of here first, and then we can argue,
Yes.
I suppose.
Okay.
And apologizes to the miner for his raised voice.
The miner is just kind of out of it at this point.
Still,
miner.
it pays to be polite.
Jesus.
As the four of you follow the tracks out of the mine and into the light of day, you notice that it is coming to kind of early evening at this point. You guys have been in the mine for quite a bit, and the shadow of the mountain above you guys is sort of drifting down over you all. The light is starting to fade. As the four of you exit the mine and the miner exits as well, you see Elias Dermot, the mine foreman, sort of rush up towards you, and then rushes towards the miner and goes, Ethan, what happened? What happened down there? And Ethan kind of just collapses to the ground and sits. And then Elias turns to you, Isaac, and goes, What happened? Where are the others?
This is the only one we found so far. You've got much larger problems than anybody knew down there. For one thing, small question, DM, do I know what a boulette is? From experience or books or anything?
You are a monster hunter. Roll me a history check.
Okay, 18 plus 2.
Yes, you are very well aware of what a bullet is.
Right. I don't know how much this is going to mean to you. Do you know what a boulette is?
No, I
Death on 4 legs. They're burrowing creatures, and whatever you guys have been doing down there has not made them happy. You also have... sorry. Do I know what a Duragar is by name?
That should be relatively common knowledge.
I don't know if in universe it's more of a dwarven culture thing.
You
or
know
not.
Undercommon, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you would know what a Duragar is.
You've got Deep Gnomes and Duragar hanging out down there, talking about something called a Flame Lord, and I'm starting to wonder if you knew a little bit more about this than you were letting on.
The mine foreman looks very agitated, and then goes, but we're just miners. We mine black iron for the city. It's not our fault if we wake something up like this. They should have told us there was stuff like this down here.
Yes. How would you know what's inside of a mountain?
We have dwarven prospectors that come through every month to make sure that we don't hit anything dangerous.
Well, they are very, very bad at their job.
Now,
Just-
I'm going to ask you one question, and I do want an honest answer, sir. Please be aware, one of our party has died today, and I am not in the mood to be fucked with. So, did the prospectors tell you that there was something down there, and might they have been ignored? Not necessarily by yourself, but by somebody that you can think of. I just need to know who I need to blame today.
Elias sort of furrows his brow as he tries to recall. And then goes, No, we were told to stay away from the Dwarven Fortress. That's always been the case, though. We didn't know anything else was down there.
Insight, please.
Yep, roll me insight.
Okay. That is... Hang on a minute, what is my... Oh, great. Oh, insight of +1. Yay. So 16 tote.
16. He seems distressed. As in, very, very on edge. But everything he's saying seems to be what he believes to be true.
In which case, sort of a stern nod. Understandable. I'm sorry for my tone. You can understand it's, not been the best day. We're all having a bit of a distressing time. Yourself and us.
Elias kind of nods at you and goes, Yes, I suppose we are. I'm going to have to send down an order to the city. We can't operate under these conditions, and with these sorts of creatures down there, I don't know what I'm going to do.
We could offer our services, but I don't think that we're quite enough to take on a Flame Lord and Blitz.
None at the moment.
Not a man down.
Not to begin
I
with.
want to ask a question real quick. So you were aware of the Dwarven Fortress down there, correct?
Elias kind of stutters a moment and goes, The Dwarven Fortress isn't down in the mines. No, the Dwarven Fortress is up through Daggerfall Pass. It's behind the mountain. But nobody has been there in centuries at this point. Nobody can get in. The doors are sealed.
Then, if I were to imagine, going off of a guess, I think the dwarves might have been the ones that have started acting. Because if I were, I might be jumping to conclusions here, but I think this Flame Lord fella might have been able to open said door and basically is the one leading the charge. This is again, I'm not so sure, but this is my working theory.
Sorry,
Elias.
probably should have introduced. This is Horace, by the way.
Elias
hello.
kind of looks
My name is
at
Horace.
you a little weirdly at this basically 3-foot tall bird that is kind of chirping at him, and kind of goes, No, legends say that when the dwarf fortress was still open, you could hear the sounds of the forges ring for miles. If they'd started working there again, I'm sure we would have known about it. But there is a possibility that someone could have gained access, but I don't know who. It's been a very long time.
Of course, and thank you for sharing what you can. Also, probably should have mentioned, you have an opening to the Feywild in your minds.
The Feywild? Here?
Points again at Horace.
But how?
Good question.
That's a very good question, and one that neither us nor our friend Horace here have the answers to. At least not at the moment.
Elias kind of nods and then goes, "Well, I'm sorry for your friend. I really am. I wish there was something I could do, but we're behind on our quota as it is."
Of course. And for our side, I think got to speak for all of us, we're sorry that we couldn't bring you more than Ethan here. And please don't be hard on the lad. He's had a very rough time of it. And points to his own hands rather than being mean and pointing at Ethan.
Ethan is kind of sitting on the ground, his knees curled to his chest. He's kind of shivering, and he has this rather vacant look in his eyes. His expression is basically void, as it were.
Yeah.
If you
So-
don't mind me saying, sir, you might want to get the lad some medical treatment sooner rather than later.
Does this setting have psychiatrists? Is this a place where therapy exists?
I mean,
Seems therapy would exist.
you have to think that this kind of
Oh,
time period is set equivalently is set in the early 1700s. So psychiatry maybe does exist, just not in modern forms.
Yeah.
And there's still like psychical wizards and all that kind of stuff, so magical psychiatry probably exists.
Possibly.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Now I'm
Horace-
just imagining somebody using bestow curse to give someone anxiety.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
no, Rakan and I have bad enough experience of mental health when we crossed that with Civ.
I know what we're doing today, Ferb.
Please, no.
Horace is going to just like scoop up some snow from the ground. Like this area is snowy, correct?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
practically covered in snow. You're up in the sort of mid to northern mountains, if you will. You're not north, but you are norther than central, basically.
Okay. Horace is just going to scoop up some snow, walk over to Ethan and put it next to him, and just pat him on the shoulder before just walking back.
Ethan
Just
does
scoop-
not notice
Well-
you. His expression is vacant. It's as if he can't see anything around him at the moment.
He's gone, man. Solid gone.
Pretty much.
my mother doesn't know how to shut up.
Okay. Elias sort of walks over to comfort Ethan, leaving the four of you to do what you do. What are you doing?
Ingvar can either continue throwing rocks or he's going to go
Yeah.
back to the bar at this point.
I'm
Mhm.
deflecting rocks as best I can.
Your little mini looks in position to be deflecting rocks as well.
Yeah.
Okay. As the four of you sort of walk out back to the tavern bar type thing that they have in the village, you notice that unlike earlier, the town seems to be a little bit more busy. A group of people is standing at the northern gate to the town, among which are two tall, elderly gentlemen in very wide-brimmed hats, very pointy, and they seem to be in a very heated argument.
Your god, it's the Blue Wizards.
There is also a knight who looks incredibly bored, an elderly woman with a large book, a man with what looks like a lute, and a figure in dark robes with red trim.
The face on the board. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, have we encountered the protagonists?
I mean, I
think
have to
we've
admit,
encountered their
I
stunt
didn't
doubles
actually
looking at
look
that
at the
face.
face on the bard when I first put him down, but now that I'm seeing it, good lord.
Like,
Man's having
this
his soul
character has a lot
devoured.
of main character syndrome going on.
It's,
This man is
it's
putting-
something.
This man's putting his heart and soul into this performance.
I like the
Apparently.
small addition that he's wearing blush.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way,
As well.
awesome. I'd fuck him. Anyways,
Thank you for sharing.
Was that
Thank you
my-
for sharing, Ricard.
that is beside the point.
Between us and the blacksmith, we've got some very strong gay energy in the party.
I want to ask, like, what time is it currently? Is it like around noon, afternoon?
None of you have any particularly accurate timepieces on you. But from the position of the sun being just behind the mountains, you estimate that it's probably around 5 to 6 p.m.
Okay, I'm seeing this. Just like, would I be able to get an angle where I'd be in sunlight?
Yeah, just it would be kind of near the goat's pen. Like you can actually see the sunlight positioning on the map.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of there. There's shafts of sunlight that come down through the broken peaks of the mountain.
Okay. Horace is going to just like step there and then just like pointing his like finger up towards the sun and like putting his blade up to his ears, just like, is this what you're looking for? I lost my voice there. Is this what you're looking for?
Okay. All right, roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. Let me double check my Arcana bonus because I remember it's actually pretty good. Okay. Ooh, there we go. Oh, 26.
Wow. Okay.
Ah, shit. I'm trying to
I
get
mean,
rid of
it's even when you're not trying to, it's still high. What the hell?
Okay,
We can't
rolled
have
a
something
natural
else.
20 on that.
Or like
Okay.
good rolls have gone.
As you hold the blade, this thin rapier-like blade up to the sunlight, you notice faint golden runes that are inscribed on the base start to glow this soft orange light, and the edge of the blade gains this kind of gentle humming sort of golden glow about it. It's as if someone pinched a ray of sunlight and then pulled it from across the edge of your blade from tip to pommel, and it's not warm. It doesn't feel warm or anything like that. But you get the sense of fulfillment inside you, and this sort of exists for a moment and then disperses. But those golden runes that were on the base of the blade, they stay glowing. I will provide you with some more information on that later on. But for now, just know that your blade has been empowered a little.
Lowified.
And you hear a gentle whisper from your blade. That's just like, yes. Very, very gentle, sibilant whisper. Nothing more.
If you wave it around, it now goes wom wom wom.
Just like looking at the golden runes. Well, you're looking pretty, Horace. Just like gesturing it around, and before just like holding it back at my side. Why are you rolling?
No reason. Don't worry about it.
You're looking pretty, Horace. As just looking around it before holding it back at his side, and then oh god, for walking back to Isaac and Ingvar and just say, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I was just Horace wanted a bit of sunlight.
Horace and Horace. Nice to meet you. Both, I mean.
Yes, it is very nice to meet you too. As I just put my ear up to the sword and then just put it back. No need for input from you, DM. Just so Horace says hi.
Just, word to the wise. When we're in civilian company, maybe keep Horace on the other Horace on the down low a little bit. Not everybody's okay with people waving swords in the general vicinity.
Oh, don't worry. He's very polite.
I'm sure he is, but other people
Horace.
might not see it that way.
Yes?
Actually, very
Which one?
quickly, Isaac, what's your passive perception?
Pass percep would be... Correct me if I'm wrong, it's 10 base plus your perception mod, isn't it?
I believe so.
Bonus, yes.
Yeah, so
That is
that'd be 13 from me.
30. All right.
He is not very wise.
Isaac, you see this this figure approach, the black-robed figure with the red trim approach behind Horace, and Horace, you don't see them to start with, but as they approach, you notice this tall, hooded figure, long flowing black robes with red trim on the arms, around the shoulders. You don't see their face, but you see one brilliant golden reptilian eye peering at you from beneath the cloak, the hood. And this being sort of approaches you and goes, that is a very interesting sword you have there, my friend. I would wonder, where did you come across such an interesting artifact?
Slightly startled, Horace just gonna turn back and just, Horace? Horace, yes, I was... And then, thinking for a long moment, just where did I just, he was always by my side.
You'll have to forgive my friend, we've had a very, very long day.
The figure sort of turns to you, Isaac, and goes, do you know what your friend possesses? I will identify it for you if you wish.
And, I don't know how I would go about getting a gauge of Horace's ideas of shady people. So he's gonna let Horace handle this as far as he can until Horace flies away. Apparently. How did you even do that? Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Horace just ascends.
I would care to remind you that Horace saw you guys and immediately was just like, friends! So he's just like, as he looks at he looks at his blade and just like, I'm not sure. Just like put my ears up to Horace. I'll see what he thinks. It is, identifying can be a bit.
Yeah, have to get consent first. It's very important. Slowly interposing himself between them.
Okay, roll me a perception check, Horace.
Oh, perception. Yes, my greatest skill with a -1.
Of course.
It's what you use to listen to your blade.
Yeah, that is a 5.
Okay, your blade is silent.
Looking at Isaac is just like, does nothing mean yes or no?
Nothing typically means no. Consent has to be explicitly yes.
Yes. Sorry about that. Turns back to the hooded figure. Do appreciate the offer, though. Thanks for the nice offer.
It always is nice to have a free magical service going.
The hooded figure sort of leans back and sort of takes this tall stance, as if he's been hunched over most of the time that he's been talking to you, but now he's sort of pulled himself into his full height. And you notice that he's actually quite tall, around 6'7", 6'8", compared to the rest of you. Isaac, you notice peeking out from the back of his robes is a long black lizard tail, so a long scaled tail. And this figure sort of leans back and goes, "Very well, but should you ever wish to find me and find out more about that artifact which you possess, I would be happy to assist." And he sort of backs away and returns to the caravan with where his compatriots are. You notice that the wizards seem to have finally agreed on something, and the entire party proceeds to walk off through the gateway and down.
Left your wagon!
Yes, unfortunately, the wagon is kind of difficult to move.
Free stuff!
But yes.
And there goes the rogue.
Isaac, I would like you to very quickly roll me a perception check. By roll.
It's still terrible. It's a 10 total. So that's a 7 roll.
Okay.
No one is perceptive today.
We're all blind here.
What? Who said that?
Okay.
Also, I can't help but notice the guy said, "Oh, contact me," and we have no way of doing that.
Okay.
Mages are so helpful.
Actually, Darren, you walked relatively close to the wagon before it left. Would you like to roll a perception check real quick?
Sure. Let's see. Perception is +1. Nope. 18.
Okay.
Dang!
Darren,
Oh, it's all in the bounce, you see.
as you watch the wagon pass by, the bard on the back sort of humming a tune, you notice that one of the boxes that is on it is slightly ajar. A little crack, actually, in the wood. You notice inside something glimmering. Not gold, not jewelry, but something that looked pure obsidian black, but polished and glowing slightly red. You're not sure what it was, but it intrigued you enough to catch your eye.
Interesting.
Right, what is the rest of the party doing?
Well,
Avoid the bouncing snow.
Oh, that's
Okay.
just me repositioning terror.
Yes.
Sense, don't worry.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, it's fine.
First things first, I think we could all do with a rest. I know my spells are pretty much burned out of me right now.
I think Ingvar's kind of tuned out during the whole conversation.
And Ingvar looks well out of it already.
A drink would be nice as well.
Yeah.
What
I've lost the bard.
Dangerous statement.
Oh well.
I have a question. Can I see the? I think that's the captainess of the guard over there.
Yes, the captain of the guard, Bella Dermot, was waiting for the wizards to stop arguing so that she could actually close the gate after them. So she's standing by the gate at the moment, sort of staring off after this strange assortment of people that have just wandered through her town.
Okay. Gonna just sort of thumbs up and just a drink sounds good. You guys go on ahead.
Would you like me to order for you?
Yes, please. One of the strongest, whatever.
You got it.
Just give you a quick thumbs up.
Not the fire brandy.
Let's listen to that.
Fire brandy sounds good right now. No. All right. We'll wait for you at the bar. As turns towards Ingvar. Where is the bar?
I love horrors.
Oh, that's not it.
There's a couple of places in South Cragstead that you could probably find a drink, but the one you've been to before is the Miner's Rest.
The one with the donkey.
The one with the donkey. The donkey that does, in fact, belong to you guys, by the way.
Yeah.
We have a donkey?
Yes, we have a donkey.
Yeah! Let's go. Okay, sorry, I got a little hype there.
That's all right.
I'll sing what the hell. There he is.
There we go. I've accidentally made you all donkeys because I've given you all access to move it around.
What a bunch of donkeys.
Okay.
Real bad.
So you're going to approach the guard captain, aren't you?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Trying to figure out where I am and in which bloody spreadsheet.
Right. You approach Captain Bella Dermot, who is currently sort of resting against the stone wall of the guardhouse. You notice that she has pulled out and lit a rather long wooden pipe, and she seems to be smoking. This. You're not really sure what it is, actually.
Fair. Approaching with the hands up, like, hey, no, it's been a long day. It's only me.
Bella sort of shifts back and goes, well, if it isn't the adventurer, tell me you found something.
We did. We found a young lad by the name of Ethan.
Well, that's good, at least.
It
My
would
son
be...
was down there somewhere. I was hoping he'd be alive.
Unfortunately, we can't comment on that one. At least you have someone alive came out of the mine to tell you what's going on in it. And it's bad. I'm not going to be lying to you.
The halfling woman sort of leans her head back against the wall and goes, what in life is it? Please, tell me more.
In an effort to not derail the session with just rewording what I've already worded, similar sort of explanation, Fire Lord, Feywild, Boulettes,
Yeah.
etc.
At the end of the explanation, Bella kind of just slumps against the wall and goes, as if things weren't bad enough. You see that caravan behind me?
Mm-hmm.
They're headed down the Farron. There are two of them, those two hoity-toity wizards from. One of them is the Magister for the city. He's the one who's meant to be helping us keep these mines running up in the mountains. But all the gold that's meant to be coming to us has been lining his wife's pockets. So, we're left to starve and freeze and lose our miners to fucking bullets, apparently. And then she sort of scratches her chin for a moment and then goes, I'll tell you what. You have business with a witch in these mountains.
Absolutely.
I can guide you to her. I know where she lives. But you'll have to do something for me.
We already failed at the first thing you asked us to do, which was find your miners.
He's not a failure. You brought Ethan back, that's something. Shows you can be trusted.
Still, I'm sorry about your son.
He was a good-for-nothing idiot of a boy anyway.
It might still be.
Might still be. After I've taken you guys to see this witch, I'd like you to take a message down to Baron. This is something simple, but it's important, and I need it delivered by someone I can trust, and you've shown that I can trust you. So I would ask you to do that, as a favor. And I will give you a contact in the capital that you can trust to assist and perhaps even pay you for any future services that you might render our little organization.
Quick question to DM, just for reminder's sake, because not everything gets written down. The capital is where she lives as well, isn't it?
Where...
Linnell.
Linnell. No. Linnell lives in Thistledown. Thistledown is more to the east.
Because I remember that there's two big cities
direction.
and they're kind of weird.
Yes. Well, Thistledown is smaller than Farron. Farrenholm is in the northwest. It's right on the coast. Whereas
Gotcha.
Thistledown is in the northeast. It's further inland and slightly further north. But if you were going to Farrenholm, you would probably have an eventual path to Thistledown later on anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. So one's on the way to the other. That's all I need. Okay, in which case he just sort of nods and that'd be much appreciated. And of course, we'd be happy to take a message. Got some messages of my own to deliver a bit further up the road, so it makes sense.
Good. I'm glad. I shall put a missive together and send you off in the morning. You wouldn't want to navigate Daggerfall Pass without a guide, so I shall be that guide. There's
Very
nothing
kind of you.
left to guard here at the moment, so I might as well make myself useful elsewhere. And she kind of smiles, this bitter smile, and walks off into the guardhouse.
While she's on the way, just a quiet call out of she's going past. Of just, I don't know how appropriate it is for a captain of the guard, but we lost the big fella you might have seen with us down in the mines. The rest of them are having a piss up. You're welcome to join if you want. I won't force you. And starts on his way to the bar.
She kind of calls out after you and goes, I've been drinking since morning.
Well, we'll catch up then.
Sober. And
we'll catch up.
She walks into the guardhouse. Okay.
And the roof of the bar just flew away as I brought my camera too close.
Yeah, that happens. Okay. Horace, Darren, Ingvar, the three of you enter the bar. It's getting later in the evening at this point. Some of the fireplace is lit. Some lanterns and lights have been lit throughout the establishment as well. The lady behind the counter sort of sees you all come in and goes, "What can I get for you boys?"
Horace was gonna say, I'll have a glass of rum and exactly in the same way that Isaac said it. A glass of the strongest thing you have that isn't fire brandy.
Yes. The lady behind the counter sort of squints at you over the counter because you're 3 feet tall and the counter is about 3'5" at least.
I would just say, like, Horace had to climb up into the stool.
Before kind of scratching her head and going, Are you old enough to drink, dear?
Well, I don't have ID, but I do assure you, I am quite certainly old enough. I am 34.
The woman kind of nods and goes, "Very well, you're a little, well, anyway." And she turns around to the cabinet behind her, pulls out this bottle of vibrant green liqueur of some sort, and turns back around, puts it down on the counter, pulls out a shot glass, pours a little bit in, and goes, "Now be careful drinking this, you hear? It ain't for the faint of heart," and pushes it towards you. And then she turns to you, Ingvar, and goes, "The same as last time?"
Brian burned somebody's eyebrows off. So I'll have...
It's a good warmer, you know?
Aye, why not then? I'll have a glass of the fire.
Question, because I phased out for a second. Was the green thing alongside the rum, or was it in place of the rum?
In place of the rum.
Yeah. She's got your order wrong.
Yeah, he just, I can wait.
Oh, introverted Horace. Okay.
Yes.
I'll just have some water.
Okay, water for you. Horace.
Someone should probably stay clear-headed.
Yeah. By the way, you forgot my rum. This one is for my friend who's coming on the way. And believe me, he is not the faint of heart.
The woman kind of looks at you and goes, "All right," and she pulls out a relatively medium-sized bottle of rum and a glass and pops them on the counter for you as well. And goes, "That'll be 1 gold piece, if you wouldn't mind, darling."
Oh shit. Just gotta look over at Ingvar. Could I borrow like a couple of silver pieces?
How did the donkey start talking?
Because Lydia currently has the donkey selected.
Oh, right, okay.
That's my bad.
Fucking spooked the shit out of me.
Ingvar just gives him a nod and just turns to the lady at the bar and said, "Just put whatever he wants on my tab and I'll pay at the end.
The bar lady sort of nods at you and goes, "Oh, all right then."
Horus is then just gonna slide 8 silver pieces over to Ingvar, which is just say, sorry about that. I forgot my money when I came through a portal. How did I come into that?
Don't worry about it. He says.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you literally only have 8 silver pieces to your name. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
He's got 0 now.
Yeah, 0 now. Oof.
Bankrupt.
Okay.
Those rewards better be juicy. And before Horus just starts drinking his rum, just like starts drinking his rum, just waiting for Isaac to slide him his drink.
Okay. Isaac, you enter the bar as your compatriots are whiling away the time, and you see next to Horus a shot glass of bright green, practically neon liquid. Not glowing, but it's definitely bright.
In which case, just wanders up to the bar, sits down to Horace, just gesticulates the drink. There's one mine.
Yes.
Picks it up, sort of holds it up to the light, has a look at it, establishes it is very green. Well, it's to you, big guy. And knock back.
Roll me
Already got the D20 in hand for that con save.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
At least it's not a whiz save like that one weird one, the purple one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm scared because
Oh, no.
it's an 18 plus a 1, that's a 19, but I'm still scared that's not enough.
Okay, 19 total, right?
19 total. Rolled 18 plus 1 con.
Okay.
It's still not enough. I know it in my heart.
You pick up this shot glass of bright green liquid. You don't know what it is. You have no idea. You've never seen
Doesn't
it.
care what it is after today.
And you knock it back. Just one gulp, straight down. You feel it burn as you get, like, as it goes down, and it's searing. It's strong.
Yep.
And then it fades gently into this warmth. Oh. And then, slowly, you feel
Lydia, stop.
your lips go numb. And then your tongue kind of goes numb as well. Nothing else much happens. But you can't really feel your mouth anymore.
Mouth. Mouth from good stuff.
By the way, I forgot to mention, she said it's not for the faint of heart.
I've scratched that one.
Are you okay over there?
Oh, fine.
I was a little bit concerned.
I'd like a bit of good stuff.
Uh-huh.
Hitting your keyboard right now.
I'm sorry.
No, I think that's the appropriate react.
Why are you pitying my keyboard? It already died.
Because I'm fairly certain you're getting slobber all over it.
No, not in the least.
Oh god, okay. The four of you spend an evening in the bar before retiring to the inn down the street that you were directed to. It's practically the only place to stay in the entire town.
No, I think you mean it's the only place to stay.
Well, you could stay in the armory, but it wouldn't be comfortable.
Oh, okay. There's the marketing trick there.
I realized that there wasn't an inn when you first arrived, and there is now.
Was there?
Yeah, when you first arrived, it didn't exist because I hadn't built
Oh.
it yet.
Fair.
It's the big red building at the entrance to the town.
Cool.
But yes, you guys take an evening and just sleep the night away. It's relatively uneventful. Some of you have interesting dreams. Isaac, as you rest in your slumber, you feel not awakened. You don't feel like your understanding of anything changes, but in your slumber, you see over and over, replayed, looking back at the edge of that cliff, at the edge of that chasm, looking back just in time to see Gilk's body fall out of sight. Over, over. And then the images flash back, slowly but surely, returning to long, long ago, to images of wrecked houses, to the scent of blood and filth and dirt, to splintered pine and destroyed furniture, to the sound of sobbing and crying, to the sounds of animals slaughtering. You wake in a cold sweat, early hours of the morning, maybe 4 o'clock in the morning. Sweat dripping down your face, breath heaving. 2 words settling into your memory. 2 very simple words. And I'm not going to say what the words are to the rest of the party, but I am going to send you to them. Send them to you through Discord.
So close.
Yes, ship Ed off to the 2 words.
The 2 words does sound like a pub. Does honestly sound like a pub.
Yeah.
Frankly, at this point, I accept any combination of 2 words to be a pub.
So there you go. There's
We're usually
the
with
words
the
there.
at the start.
Especially
I know.
in England.
Yeah.
Would you say?
And with
would you
that,
say
we're
add
going
those-
to take a break.
All right.
So
Would you say
we
add
are
those
going
2
to
words
take-
that you were sent? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm so
We're going to
sorry.
take a 5-minute break. We will be back in about 5 minutes. Grab some drinks, grab some snacks. We shall see you in a few.
You got it. Would you
Keep
say add?
accidentally typing W into the Discord.
My back. That was a oh.
I know that there's like the whole DM patron in the TaleSpire of Secrets book, but I've just suddenly realized like it would be a nice way to end out a campaign if they basically Truman showed themselves and realized, like, found we were in sort of sailing out to try and chase a kraken or whatnot, accidentally bumped into the edge of the map.
I mean,
It would be
it's
interesting.
it's
Discover the fourth wall.
It really suggested inside of the story of Goblin Slayer that the gods hate Goblin Slayer because he's an NPC that refuses to play by their rules.
Very nice.
What the fuck?
Anyway,
Like, he was supposed to die years ago, but he just keeps killing goblins.
lovely.
I mean, that's just racist.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, from what I've heard about the show, understandable.
Yeah, in his world, goblins are actually irredeemably evil creatures.
Oh, fair.
Okay. Anyway. Right. As the four of you wake up that morning, you are greeted at the entrance of the inn by a harried-looking, but relatively well put together, Bella Dermot, who is very much looking ready to leave at this point. She has a medium-length sword strapped to her back. She has a buckler shield on one arm. She has a pack slung over her shoulder, and in her hand she has a rolled-up scroll case that is made of leather, and it looks relatively nice, but also pretty just like old at this point as well. And she sort of approaches you, Isaac.
I'm just trying to get back in the inn. Hang on.
You don't
Won't
need to
let me
be
in.
in the inn.
Oh, okay.
She meets you outside of the inn.
You have to be in to come out, though. You have to shake it all about. And Horace ascends.
But yeah, she approaches you first, Isaac, that morning, and she hands you this long, well, relatively long. It's about maybe half a foot long, about 12 to 13 inches long scroll case. And you notice as you take it that on it has a small crest in sort of silvery metal. And the crest is not something you've seen before. It looks like a tree that has been split down the middle by a thunderbolt. And
takes it, nods, and then small question, boss. What level of wrap up are we talking for this? Just pop it in the pack, or do you want it wrapped and then popped in the pack so nobody can see it, interfere, tamper, anything?
Bella sort of looks at you for a moment, kind of not really getting what you're trying to convey, and then
what
goes,
level of
just
tech are we going
put it
for
in your
here?
bag. Just put it in your
All right.
bag.
Sorry, used to more demanding clients.
Um,
Pops it in the pack.
And then she goes, well,
Pops it in the pack with
are
the
you
flail,
ready?
with the bear trap.
Are you ready to get going? We don't have all day.
I think that's
It gets
all of us now,
darker
isn't it?
Faster up in these mountains. So if you want to go visit a witch, now's the time.
Just whisper towards Isaac. Why are we visiting a witch?
It's a long story. I'll explain on the way. Would you be all right to look after the donkey? I think the two of you'll get on.
Of course. As Horace walks over to the donkey. Hello, nice to meet you.
Very quickly, for multiple character movement, if you drag your mouse around on the table, you will be able to multi-character move. Yeah,
So,
like that. So yeah. You can lasso multiple NPCs, which is...
Oh god, don't two people lasso the donkey at the same time.
Okay. Yeah. Bella turns to you guys and goes, are you ready to go?
Seems so.
Right. Let's get going. And she starts walking off down the... Ooh, I accidentally grabbed the donkey as you flew over me.
Oh, sorry.
She starts heading off down the road, and I will very
dropping myself.
quickly-
Shit.
Hold on.
wait for
I need
me,
to-
stubby legs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go over the gate. Wait, fuck. Where did I go?
Don't forget you can use the arrow keys to walk along the floor if you need to.
Oh, we're on the road. Yeah, sorry about that. I am aware. It's just like getting through the gate was a bit of an issue. There we go.
We invested in a hover donkey.
And a self-disassembling cart. Hey, then we found the bard!
You got left behind.
The bard was the real gift.
This feels like the game renderer is breaking.
No, that's just me disassembling a car.
Left one wheel.
Why was it made of
Some-
so many things?
Why was it made of so many things? Because I don't have an actual cart to use.
You had to construct it bit by bit.
Yes.
Oh
How
god.
do you think I've made everything in this world, Ricard?
Oh dear god.
Yeah, TaleSpire hurts.
Is there a playlist for the D&D sessions? Not at the moment, Zaracti. I use the in-game TaleSpire music, which is quite good, actually. However, if my characters at some point would like to, at some point, put together playlists for each of their characters, I wouldn't mind. My players would do that.
The question was playlists for the sessions. Did you mean video playlists or like music playlists?
Music
All right.
playlists.
All right.
And it What would Horace's theme be?
Benny
I
Hill.
think only you'd know
Probably
that, dude.
histories. As the four of you and Bella walk on through Daggerfall Pass, you notice, and you kind of start understanding why it's called Daggerfall. A lot above you, there's quite a few stone arches that crisscross the area. And every now and then, a large icicle will just drop from the ceiling and crash into the river beside you or onto the floor. And these icicles are maybe 7 to 8 feet long. If one of them hit you, you'd probably be dead. That is the reason it is called Daggerfall Pass, because it is that dangerous. If one of those icicles hits you, you'll probably end up dying. And Bella explains this to you as you're walking through the pass. As you come to the wider area of the pass, you notice a broad-looking, relatively well-maintained bridge that sort of traverses the river. And Bella kind of stops here and points it out and says, if you want to go, after we visited your darn witch, if you want to go to Farrenhall, you take that bridge and you follow the road. It'll take you down to North Cragstead. You will need to book passage once you get there. Just bear that in mind. And she kind of carries on down the road. The rest of you also notice that next to the bridge, sort of on the opposite side of the road, is a small shrine to a statue made of what looks like marbles, some form of white rock. It is tall. The figure is wearing a long, flowing robe. She's holding a sort of bowl out in front of her, and you can tell it's a female woman. There.
As
You can
That's
tell it's a woman.
technically useful, but cis
Technically useful, but not quite. You can tell it's a woman, even though the face of this figure seems to have been scarred. It's as if someone took the carving and just sort of clawed across its face. So you can't tell who this person would have been. Do you guys like to do anything? Or would you like to carry on?
I think I'm content to carry on.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, am I?
Yep.
We don't have the best track record stopping at random shrines in the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time you did, a deer licked you.
And the
Right.
time before that, we don't talk about.
As the sun gets higher and higher in the sky, Bella leads you along the narrow path up through the river to past a second bridge. And she points this one out to you as well and says, this bridge is very old. It used to be part of the dwarven trade routes centuries ago, but nobody uses them anymore. Don't take it. The path down this way is very dangerous. I would not recommend it. And she carries on.
It's got quite the hole in it.
Oh, that's the donkey. Ah!
I got the donkey.
As the four of you get to a crossroads, Bella sort of stops again, and this time there's kind of a cautious air to her. And she points up the narrow sort of pathway that leads sort of to the southwest, southeast rather. And she says, up this road, this is the way to the witch's hut. There's a couple of orcs. I will take you as far as the first junction. And then you're on your own. I'm not visiting her. Bad things happen to people who visit the witch. And then she points to the other path and says, that path, that leads to the dam and the Dwarven Fortress. If I were you, I'd stay well away from it. But who am I to speak on behalf of foolhardy adventurers, And she kind of gives you a rueful grin. And,
in response to
carries
that,
on.
in response to that, Horace is just gonna say, "Well, you know what they say," and then in a voice that like none of you heard before, just like, "Where there's danger, there's adventure." As Horace says that, just like a pause, just like, "Where did I hear that?"
Okay.
And just
Not
like
from any of us.
just like a very long moment of pondering. Just, huh. Sorry about that. Let's keep going.
Thank you for sharing.
Bella carries on up the long southeastern pathway, and it is long, but it is very narrow. You can probably walk two abreast on this pathway, but not much more. And she carries on walking for a while, and it's starting to get a little later in the day, until you get to the junction that she was talking about. And she points down the southeastern pathway, which sort of seems to descend away from the mountains, and says, this leads to our sister town, not North Cragstead. North Cragstead is the other direction. No, this leads to Devilmora. And Devilmora is pleasant enough. But if you find yourself there, ask for the innkeeper. He'll probably be able to help you out. The other path, and she points to a path that looks well worn, but still somehow overgrown. And she goes, that way is the witch's house. I don't know what's up there. This is as far as I've been. But
Notes.
I'd urge you to be cautious. I don't know if she still lives there, but this is where she was last, and well, I've heard rumors. I need to get back to the town, but I hope you find what you're looking, and I hope you survive so that you can deliver my missive.
Of course. Thank you. Sincerely, Bella.
Sort of nods at you and goes, good luck, and starts off back down the path from where you guys came. Okay.
All right.
Shall we?
I probably should.
Why are we visiting a witch, by the way?
All right. Where to start? A long time ago, and by that I mean probably a couple of weeks, maybe 3 ago.
It's been about a week.
Time has ceased being relevant right now. Like it certainly feels like 3 weeks, but that way. It's probably only been the one. Certainly feels like 3. We were at the mansion of Lord Meticro, and in the process of trying to wrangle the camera, apparently, in the process of trying to
Okay, I'm
to
gonna
rid
stop
his
you guys from walking
mansion of some
for a minute
problems.
while you explain this.
I'm just going to warp myself to the end if that need be. Is that clear to do so?
No, I'm going to need you guys to stop around about halfway. So
Okay.
just
Well,
bearing that in mind. So if
Guessing
you
about here's halfway. I can't zoom out
yeah,
that far.
this is about
Okay.
halfway. Yeah.
So yeah, we were ridding his mansion of some problems that he was having. It was a pretty standard gig. That's where we actually met Gilk. I say we. I am now the only remaining member of that party. And in the process, we had to deal with a certain banshee named Mildred. And in order to get past, and sort of holds up the faintly glowing hand, I had to make a deal. The other half of that deal is with the witch. I am currently half. He said Mildred is currently half in my service and half someone else's. And if one were to actually free her from servitude at all, someone would need complete ownership in order to do that. So, that's why we're here. I am sorry that everyone's gotten pulled along in this.
As the four of you approach the sort of halfway point between the area and the witch's hut, you notice that one of the trees isn't quite what you would expect it to look like. In fact, it doesn't seem to look very much like a tree at all. And as you approach, it creaks and bends and sort of seems to stare at you as you watch. And as you approach it, you hear a deep, booming voice that goes, "Who approaches? Who would seek an audience?"
Do you mind if I, people?
Go for it.
Right, so current count would be Isaac Galmek, cleric of Matano, chapter of the Hunt, and current half-master of Mildred Delamain the Banshee. Ingvar, wandering ranger. Darren Moran, dwarf, rogue. Horace, what are you?
Well, I'm a wizard.
A wizard
I study a lot.
who studies a lot. And this donkey.
The voice sort of speaks up, and you hear, "This does not take kindly to those who would have sport."
Well, good thing that we're not here for that then.
Your compatriots have preceded you many times. I am here to ensure that you do not proceed any further.
I mean, holds up the hands. Listen, cards on the table. We are not here to hunt your mistress. However, if you're going to insist on getting in the way, you will end up facing consequences for that. But it is not our primary goal.
Your word.
Oh, forgot this again, right?
Leave your weapons.
You got it. And we'll take from pack the Cerberus flail. Place that down upon the ground.
Okay. Is that all you're doing?
It's the largest and most obvious one. I'll see how he reacts.
Okay. As you place the flail on the ground, roots burst forth from the dirt and through the snow and sort of wrap around the handle as if keeping it there. Okay.
If
You
my compatriots
notice-
have come before me, you'll know that's from the vaults of the chapter.
You notice a tall, ant-like creature approaches you, sort of standing maybe 30 feet before, and the voice echoes again and goes, "You will not, mistress."
I have absolutely no intention to.
Okay. Are you attempting to take any other weapons with you?
Not that I'm familiar with. Pistol's a casting focus.
Still technically a weapon.
It's a casting focus, not a weapon.
Do you wholeheartedly believe that?
Yes,
Okay. Alright then.
considering partially it's used for healing as well.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. In that case...
Oh, we're gonna
Roll
die
me a
again, aren't we?
deception check.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
I'd say
got
with
through.
advantage in this instance.
Well, I have already given it a piece of bait, so that would make sense. Okay, so that's not great. That's a 2.
Advantage.
Thankfully, advantage. Okay, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. So we've got a 15 plus a 3, so an 18 total.
Okay. The ant leans down towards you. And for a creature that doesn't breathe, you feel kind of stuffy at this point. It's like it's enveloping you in a warmth that really shouldn't be there. And it sort of... these piercing green orbs that make up what you would probably describe as its face sort of focus in on you. And then it goes... You may... But should my mistress call on me, I will not hesitate to bury you beneath this mountain.
Look after my flail for me.
The ant, which it is, you recognize it now as being an ant, stands to the side, allows you to pass.
Do, 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 do.
Can we come with or just him?
The ant does not respond.
We get our weapons back when we come back, bro.
It sort of observes.
None of
the
you
rest
have, none of you have put them
silently.
down.
That's why I'm asking.
It didn't seem concerned with the others. It just seemed concerned with you.
From this distance, I'll put. Listen, she's clearly got a problem with my employers. It's me.
All right. Should we come with?
By all means, provided you're okay with this, to the end.
The ant does not respond. It is watching you. It is not watching the others.
Nods. Well, that's fair. You could just snap us all if you felt like it. Come on, people.
All right then.
Okay. Right.
Horace is, by the way, riding the donkey.
You are small enough to, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isaac beams at how much fun Horace is clearly having.
The four of you enter into a wide clearing filled with very ancient-looking trees. In the center is a stone pillar that seems to have been chiseled to a fine point. And on the other side is a small, relatively low, round building with a lantern over the front door, and sitting outside on the left, sharpening an axe, is a stout-looking in a sleeveless green garment and heavy leather trousers, a big belt, and one scarred eye and one gleaming green eye. And she's sitting there sharpening an axe, a very big, hefty axe, as a matter of fact. And she looks up as you enter the clearing, and she observes you for a moment, and you all can feel her gaze sweeping over each of you before she just kind of dismisses you and goes back to sharpening this axe with not a care in the world as far as you can.
Polite tones, everyone. We're in powerful company.
Just whispering to the entire party. Would it be dumb to go see what that monolith is?
You can look, but don't touch.
Okay. Horace is going to like hop off of the donkey and shit. I'm still.
He's whoa! Hop off the donkey and shit. Right on the woman's doorstep. How could you?
You're on a witch's doorstep. I don't think she'd appreciate that.
Ah, fart in your general direction.
Oh, fuck. And Horace is fuck. Okay. Horace is going to like get close to this like a weird monolith and just like observe it closely.
What exactly are you trying to observe?
How pointy it is?
Okay, are there like any runes or anything on it?
Roll me perception.
I was hoping that would be Arcana.
If you were trying to see if it was magical, it would be Arcana. But if you're just looking for writing, it's perception.
I mean, to be honest, it is like basically I was trying to like figure out the purpose of the thing.
If you're trying,
investigation,
okay,
then?
that is a different thing. If you're trying to figure out the purpose, I would allow you to roll Arcana.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry for overcomplicating this.
When you're trying to find things out, you need to word them correctly. Otherwise, I will force you to do things you don't want to do.
It also does take a new player a little time to learn how your specific phrasings you need, though,
This
Lucian.
is true.
That is an 11.
Okay, an 11. From what you can tell, this object is a sundial.
Oh.
You are quite high up the mountain. At this point, there's only a few peaks that would be higher. It's sort of in a little valley between two peaks. And the sun generally seems to maintain its position during the day. It's fully visible, so it will always cast a shadow on this stone. You do detect a faint magical essence to it, but you can't tell what it is.
Okay. And just like, okay, just stepping back to the party, just like, it seems to be just a sundial. Quite a fanciful-looking sundial.
What are the rest
Sorry
of you
about that.
doing?
I don't know off the top of my head how much I know about witches. What would I roll for this?
For witches? Hold on, let me...
While you figure that out, I'm gonna go grab a can.
Let's see. No, I need... Okay.
Like they're fairy tale characters, so I should know something about them, but
For witches, I would need you to roll me a history check.
oh goody, flat 0. Okay, bounce it off the donkey. Miss the donkey. 1.
You know nothing about witches. In
what I
fact,
get for
you
not
know
knowing.
less than nothing. All you know is that your grandfather used to spin fanciful tales about how witches used to dance naked under the moonlight and bathe with nymphs.
Okay,
So something else? Yeah.
a little more interested in seeing the witch now. Little.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you know about witches. Also that they curse men to sleep for the rest of their days if you gaze upon them with lustful intent.
Little less interested in seeing the witch.
I see where your intents
It's-
are
it-
focused.
It's fine. Fill your head with thoughts of Elder whatever his name was.
Blacksmith?
Yeah. The buff beefcake blacksmith.
Hmm.
The beef smith, if you will.
The beefsmith, sure. Alright. What are the rest of you doing?
Ingvar's just looking after the donkey after Horace wandered off to the sundial, so...
What is the donkey doing?
The donkey is doing well. The donkey just shat, so you know.
So Ingvar's cleaning that up. Good to know.
Yes, except that Ingvar doesn't have any tools to clean it up because all of the tools for donkey caretaking were in Gilk's pack.
Oh god.
God.
So good luck.
Cover it with some snow. It'll be fine.
Isaac,
Digitation.
what are you doing?
Wait, we've got prestidigitation.
to clean the shit.
Sure. Roll it. Roll me. Actually, roll me a deception check to hide the shit with prestidigitation as an advantage.
With an advantage? Okay.
For inspired use of prestidigitation. Your second inspired use of the spell, actually.
Look, I don't know. I'm in top form today.
11 plus.
Well, let me check my bonus real quick. That is 16.
16. With some clever handiwork and a little bit of magic, you managed to make the steaming pile of manure that the donkey just shat halfway up the wall look a little bit like snow. It even smells a little bit like snow, if you're not trying to smell it too hard.
Just going to like raise my arm and go for a high five for Ingvar.
So a low five for Ingvar.
Oh.
Pretty much. He puts his hand in the relative right position to keep high five.
Horace just like jumps up and was like, "Good job, we did it."
Yeah.
Isaac, while all of this is happening, what are you doing?
Well, while all of this is happening, I'm doing the obvious and like approaching over to a safe distance of Witchy.
Someone remind me when we get back to town and we to get some more donkey care tools or something. I'm not doing that
Alright.
again.
I genuinely love the bizarre RP that this donkey has created already.
As you approach the witch, you notice that the axe she's sharpening is a wood chopping axe, but very ornately carved. It has little filigree around the edges. The blade is a bit larger than you would expect from a wood chopping axe. It seems like something that someone of status or power would usually wield. And while you're looking, while you approach, the woman sort of stops sharpening from, and then says, "State your business, hunter."
It's definitely not hunting, I'll assure you that. We already had to assure the Ent on the way in. Putting it bluntly, I'm here on behalf of Mildred Delamain.
What exactly does my sister want now?
Well, from what I've been able to gather, and I've come a bit late to this party, so I'm piecing together. She was, and technically still is a banshee, was previously in the service of Lord Metacrow, and I'm told half in yours.
Yes,
She's
I
now
summoned
passed
her
from...
back.
She's passed somewhat from Metacrow to me, and requested potentially arranging that she may be freed. And apparently, in order to facilitate this, I needed to speak to you.
The witch kind of sighs and puts down the axe. She doesn't actually put it down. What she does is she swings it and embeds the blade in the block of wood next to her. And she stands up and she goes, "My sister was punished for her actions, and she dares to ask for a repentance? She has done nothing to help me. Why should I free her? Why should I free her from you or from my service? She lost everything that belonged to us." And she
Again,
kind of walks
I'm
forward.
somewhat late to this party. I don't have full context. All I know is that a lost soul asked me for help, and that along the way, to get to you, she has always helped with guidance and helped stand for those who are innocent. I don't know your history, but she does seem to be trying. Maybe she deserves what chance could be offered.
Say she's helped you.
She saved my life quite a few times by now.
Roll me a persuasion check.
One time, I stopped fidgeting and put down the fucking D20. Okay, what's the bonus for that? Okay, a +5 might save it. So, it's a 15 tote of a 10 plus 5.
Ouch.
Yeah.
As you say this, Eliza Delamain approaches you and goes, "Say she's helped you in your journeys. Well then, maybe she'll be able to save you from this." And as you watch, her form shifts and cracks. Her skin turns to bark. Her eyes, her single glowing green eye, turns and flares with energy. And she turns into a massive ant.
Same one as earlier, or different one?
quite.
Okay. Same model. Give me a break.
Same model. Unfortunately, there is only one Ent model I can use.
Hey,
Does seem
look who you're
quite a
talking
bit
to.
bigger.
And
Look who you're talking to when you
the
say
Ent
there's one model.
walks
Li-
forward,
literally as
and in
tall as the
this
tree now.
guttural, groaning, tree-like sort of wording goes, I would like to see if you stand up to your words, little man. And I would like you all to roll initiative.
Oh, fuck.
For cool points, I do wonder, do Ents know giant?
No.
Damn.
And in this case, she is a witch who has turned herself into an Ent.
Yeah, sometimes you inherit languages from different forms.
Not in this campaign.
That's fair.
A mere 11.
Oh, I was an idiot because I remember that initiative is rolled this way.
15.
And it's off to the races. That's a 1.
Oh.
Because of course it is.
Jesus Christ.
He's a little shooken up by this.
Okay.
No, he's trying to do the man thing and like stand the ground, and then once the turn order goes, he's going to realize that's a fool's errand.
Oop, I didn't want to do that.
All right.
Fuck, I forgot to cast mage armor.
Well done.
We're about to be flanking.
Okay. So, let's see. Right. Let's go through initiatives. 25 to 20. Anybody?
What was the donkey's initiative?
Don't know. One of you's gonna
69.
have to roll it. 20 to 15.
Me,
15.
15.
Oh. We have a tie.
So that's fine. Ingvar and Horace. 15 to 10.
Ignore the dice cloud. I'm
11.
just getting rid of him.
11. So that actually, yeah, there we go. 10 to 5. Isaac, what did you roll?
1.
Oh, you rolled a 1. Yeah, that's a good point.
Thanks for making me say it again.
Did anyone roll for the mule?
I shall, if nobody objects. What's the mule's bonus?
0.
Okay. It seems the dice has been dunked. Okay, the mule.
The mule roll. Yeah, all right. Okay.
Wait, the dice fell right like between two carpets.
You
Ingvar,
basically managed to like make an in-map dice tower.
you go first.
Well, you know what Ingvar's tricks are. He's got a bow, he's gonna shoot it.
Fair enough. Roll an attack.
I used the wood to defeat the wood.
It is 20 for attack. Oh man, I've kind of...
D20 plus proficiency plus mod.
Ah, no good. Oh, forget it. He's got a miss for that.
Yeah, that is not hitting. Ingvar, as you walk across the clearing, you see this relatively short woman suddenly morph and change into this gigantic ant-like creature. Instinctively, you pull your short bow out and loose an arrow at it, but the arrow goes wide. The surprise of this sudden creature appearing has left you unsure of what to do. Do you move anywhere?
Well, it's a big open space, so... Not really.
Okay.
He's far enough back at the minute.
Next up, Horace.
Okay, because I keep fucking forgetting to do so, I am going to cast Mage Armor on myself, pushing my AC up to 16, and then I will bonus action Blade Song as well.
Okay.
And then going to... Okay, so I have 40 feet of movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just gonna put myself between the Eliza and Isaac, and just like look over at Isaac, just like and like give him a thumbs up. Well, and that's gonna be the end of my turn.
The mage is tanking.
Okay.
God bless
Plenty
him.
of options.
Next up, Eliza.
Let's see how good my tanking is.
I think she's angry at me more than you.
Is going to
Actually, that's
completely
fine.
ignore
These
you
things.
and go
Thought so.
straight for Isaac. But that doesn't mean you get an attack of opportunity because she has entered your range. So we'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Eliza is going to
Oh,
attempt to claw you with her massive tree claws.
Of course.
Oh no!
Oh, I didn't expect that from the start, but all right. Okay. In that instance, I'm gonna have to roll some damage. Alright. Yep, that's gonna hurt.
That's a lot of damage.
1-1. Shit.
That is 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
That's enough to down me in
Isaac.
one hit.
Yeah. I apologize, I didn't expect that to crit.
You're throwing an ent at level 2s. It's not surprising.
Yes,
let
and-
me real what?
You're going to TPK us.
He did... dude, it's fine. He threw a bullet at level 2s.
Yes, but that was intentional to kill us. Or at
Yes,
least
that
the
was
one-
intentional to kill Saren. Let me very quickly change your health on stream.
Wait, you're down on what? You're down to 1 HP?
Yes.
Oh,
Mage is
Don't laugh.
tanking.
You would have been dead.
yeah, I'm not laughing. I'm petering out. I am terrified.
And then I'm gonna give you your attack of opportunity, Horace.
Fortunately, don't have Warcaster yet. Not sure if that's how opportunity attacks work, but okay.
Well, she entered your range, so you get an opportunity of attack.
Lucian's world tends to go in and out rather than just
Yes.
out. Rakan.
Okay. Okay. I will say, like,
She's basically running past you. So you get
Yeah.
an
No, no worries. But I will say, like, for any, like, okay, 23 to hit.
That'll hit. Yeah.
Wait,
Have
23.
fun. Have fun with your lightsaber.
All right. Unfortunately, it's not a booming blade, but it's still a direct hit.
Roll damage.
Oh yeah. Actually, no, that does make sense. Okay, that is I think 7 damage.
Okay. 7 damage. Good.
Yes, 7.
So I can give her the health pool on TaleSpire, so that's fine. Okay.
Need me some Warcaster.
And that is Eliza's turn. Darren, you're up next.
Buzz
there
just like glaring in the back of his head. Don't
Is
you
there-
dare.
Yeah, that's more or less my thoughts right now. Is there a point to me flanking?
Yes. If you... I believe so.
Yeah,
Okay.
we found that with the gnome encounter if the line goes through him.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to die for this, aren't I? Okay, alright.
If you want to leave, you can.
No, I can't because the
Yeah,
wolf just
you get sneak attack. So flanking would trigger sneak attack, essentially. If there's another person around.
Let's see, 30 feet. So that's 6 tiles. I can't get to flanking distance just yet. It seems like.
What's your movement speed?
Just standard 30.
30 feet. So you could.
Hang on. You're a rogue, aren't you?
Yes.
Can't you cunning action to dash?
So I have cunning action.
Well, you're level 2 rogue, so you should do.
Yeah.
Quick thinking agility allow you to move and act quickly. You can take a bonus action if you can enter combat. Can be used to take the dash, disengage, or hide action. Alright. Someone refresh me on dash.
It's your movement again.
Doubles your movement.
Double
speed,
your
basically.
movement.
Right, okay.
So in theory, for example, if you wanted to, you typically use an action to dash. So it'd be like your movement, then action to dash, but you get a bonus action to dash. So in theory, if you really wanted to run away, you've got 90 because it's run, action dash, bonus dash, if you wished.
Right, I'm gonna put myself over here so that at least some of us get flank.
Okay. Go
And
for
that'll only use your movement and your bonus, so you still have your action.
Yeah, I don't know that I... do I want to attack?
Do you want to stab the wooden thing in the bum?
If there's one thing I've learned from Dark Souls, it's the butt is always the weak point.
All right.
A man after my own heart.
My main question is, am I going to draw aggro? Because if I draw aggro, I'm dead.
Well, if she just needs to hit me once more and I'm going down. I don't think I'm looking in the best of health. Probably she's gonna go for me.
Okay. Right. I'm going to attack then.
Okay. Roll it with sneak attack. So.
With sneak attack, yep, that's a +4 to hit. Man.
Don't hit her with the
18.
dice.
Okay, that hits.
Oh, goody.
Barely.
I don't know where that dice went.
In
So
her
I can't
foot.
remove it. In her foot? Oh, yeah. I see it. There we go.
Wedged in her foot.
Okay, that is 1d4.
1d4 plus 1d6.
Yeah. Two.
2 is better than nothing.
True.
Two is less likely to draw aggro, at least. I'm just a nuisance.
You
Okay.
slashed your dagger at this ent's
I'm
shin,
stabbing wood. What the hell?
and you leave
Just
a
wedge it
tiny
in
little
there.
cut.
Honestly, the fact that I get, like, sneak attack damage at all right now is kind of impressive. I'm stabbing
mule
a
is
tree
up.
in vital points.
The mule
The mule.
runs away.
Understandable.
go.
Have a nice flee.
Well, hey, at least the mule stays safe.
Yeah.
Proud of him.
Anyone that's safe at the end of this?
It is your turn.
Right. Okay then. And I cannot believe that I'm doing this, but frankly, like, strategically, there's not really much else I can do. So he is going to fling the arms wide and, like, just... I said I wasn't here to hunt you. Don't bring this on yourself. And take the dodge action.
Okay.
Because that's
Remind me-
frankly all I can do from here. Just disadvantages attacks incoming.
Disadvantage on
Dex-
incoming attacks. Okay.
And advantage on deck saves.
Oh yeah, yeah, and advantage on dex saves. I always forget that one. It's kind of like randomly hidden in there.
Yeah, it's always a side thing.
Ingvar, you're up.
Well, Ingvar's gonna stay the fuck back here.
Coward.
When you're it.
Says you.
Say-
Yep. I speak from a place of experience.
and he's gonna try and shoot at it, because that's all he can really do at the minute.
Mm-hmm. Remember, you have a +2 to hit on the short bow.
Yeah. Factor in the last time, I still only got 5. Oh my fucking god. So 2 plus
Is that
2,
adding
that's-
your dexterity modifier as well?
Yep.
It wouldn't matter, never mind. You draw back your bow once again, but again the arrow goes wide, arcing over this Ent's shoulder. The fear that is gripping you from this giant bearing down on your friends just... It doesn't help. Next up, Horace.
Okay. Well, it seems this campaign has a lot of me just like fucking around and finding out with prestidigitation. So let's try. Let's fuck around and find out. So,
Okay.
question:
How?
Could I use prestidigitation to make like a haze around Eliza's eyes to make it to make it so that it's harder to see and maybe like make it harder to hit Isaac?
Presti does include a shower of sparks.
I'm diving deep into my like memories of D&D. That's like literally this is also something I tried to do really early in my D&D career, which is I tried to use prestidigitation to effectively create a higher level spell.
Yeah.
I would say that you can attempt to use prestidigitation to create a fog screen around Eliza's eyes.
Yeah.
However, Eliza will get a saving throw.
All right. That
It will
sounds
be
completely
it
fair.
will
I'm gonna be honest.
Perception. Yeah, it will be a wisdom saving throw on it. So.
Okay, she's probably really good at those, but what can you do? All right, I will go for that.
Shows willing.
Okay. Here comes the saving throw. Wow, what is your spell DC?
My spell DC is 14.
She does not make the saving throw. Okay. So, in that case, Eliza's next attack will be at a disadvantage, and she will not be able to track where your locations are properly, so you will all technically be hidden for the next round until she does another saving throw against the spell.
Yay.
If that is the case, could I use my movement to just like push Isaac to the side slightly?
Yes, and I will say that she will not get an opportunity of attack on you because she can't see where you're moving.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna like push Isaac like 2 squares to the right, and then like I'm not gonna be in the same spot Isaac was because I'm not trying to get hit either. Actually, no, I will be in the same spot as Isaac because if she's hitting something, if she feels like she's hitting something, that might be a step in the right direction. Okay.
Well, you have a movement speed of 25. If you're pushing Isaac, you'll be moving at half speed. So
35 actually because of Blade Song.
Okay, yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
You
No
should be hitting
problem.
more than 1 HP.
I
okay, so you're
just
push-
find this bananas that we're just sort of like doing a switcheroo mid-combat.
So you're pushing Isaac out of the way, basically.
Yes.
Okay. Isaac, are you willing to let this happen? Is the question.
He'll move a little ways, but not too far.
Okay.
So I think that lines
you
up with what
move
Horace
to
was going to
about
push him anyway.
here, Horace
Yeah.
moves to about here.
Yes.
All right. Eliza's turn. And Eliza is going to attempt to... Eliza kind of rears back. She can't see anything properly anymore. Everything kind of obscured. There's grey shapes in her face. She sort of takes a step back And then she brings one massive claw down across, and it is going to attempt to attack the place that she last saw Isaac.
And I think you said disadvantaged considering she can't see?
Fucking god! It's a good thing that she's got disadvantage at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah. Oops.
Alright, let's hope that one's not another nat 20, because holy fuck.
14. With the bonus
What's
of
her bonus?
3. So 17.
Misses!
Misses. Alright. The
My
claw
AC is 20.
slams down
with-
into the ground next to you. Just about avoiding you.
Can
as
I,
you-
like...
And
Can I,
this
like, just brush against her so that she realizes that something is there, but she's not sure if it's Isaac or me?
I will say that after she crashes down, you can tap her off. Yeah. You can use
Okay.
a reaction to do that. I would allow that.
Okay.
Okay. Next up, Darren.
How much do we want this person dead?
Well, preferably we want them knocked out.
Okay.
Yes,
so
Or
I
defeated,
shouldn't-
rather.
So I shouldn't pull out the torch and set her on fire.
Not yet, at least.
Depends how quickly we extinguish her.
Yeah. But that is literally probably the only thing I can do that's actually going to do any decent damage to her.
You could poke her in the bum again.
Yeah, I might as well. That's what I've got. I just don't want to draw her attention too much. Meh.
Don't worry, you're not going to draw her attention.
No.
You stab.
Definitely.
Although
missed.
you're hidden from her.
So you
You are
have
hidden.
advantage.
Yes, you do
Oh.
have advantage. You're hidden from her, and
Curses.
Stop throwing them at her feet. You know what it does.
I don't
No.
want to draw her attention. She'll kill me.
Wow, you are useless in combat. You actively don't want to engage at all, do you?
No, I just don't want to be like. I'm about to be her.
he
big
doesn't want to
target.
get murdered. But you know.
Yes, I have dreams and ambitions.
No, it's like immediately on the heels of a combat entirely spent. I'm just going to run away.
A combat we weren't made to win.
That is true. In fairness, that combat you were designed to lose. I will say.
Yes, and
if
our characters
Darren had
definitely
been
knew
there,
that.
You might have actually won it though.
No, not like
Our characters definitely knew we were meant to
The
lose.
bullet
Yeah,
was
sure.
on 33 health when it jumped down.
It could also kill me in one attack. Not even critting.
That's life as a rogue most of the time.
Yeah.
Odd.
Okay. Yeah, Darren, you stab your dagger down just as just as Eliza swings forward and sort of lurches forward as well, and your dagger comes down on empty air. Isaac, it's your turn.
Okay. Going to since she can't see us and can't get attacks of op, step her over here. Apparently making her ceiling fly away. And
She'll be upset about that.
with the wave of the shield, so that is my holy symbol. Where is Sacred Flame? There is Sacred Flame. Do Sacred Flame, so she must make a dex save. And I'll
She
find
has
save DC.
disadvantage on dex saves right now, so
So she must make a dex save that beats an 11.
okay. That is a 6. That she does not save. Roll the damage.
That is a fail, and I will get my D8. This is the D8, isn't it? Yes, this one's the D8. No one ever uses a D8, so I always get it wrong. Okay, that is a 5.
5. Okay. Does Sacred
Doesn't-
Flame
doesn't
count
have any
as
bon-
fire damage?
No, I was about to say it counts as radiant damage.
Radiant damage. That is fine then. You bring down your shield, ready your pistol over it, and with
No, just the shield.
Just the shield? You're not using the pistol.
Nope. Because the shield is the holy symbol.
The shield is the holy symbol. Okay. You bring down your shield and you hold it up in front of you, and this burst of radiant energy bursts forth. Most priests have, or clerics have, some form of radiant energy that is this bright light. Yours is this deep black bluish energy that bursts forth against the side of Eliza and sort of buries itself in her hide. And he sort of stumbles to the side with a deep sort of sound. Is that your turn?
I believe so. It's frankly not worth healing. So yeah. Also, I do understand that.
Healing, Isaac.
No.
Up to you though.
Well, I heal for a D4. She's going to hit harder than that, regardless.
Yes, but if she hits an 18, you are dead instantly. I should point
I think
out.
that's true regardless.
That is true, regardless.
No, you get your saving throws. So, like,
They have to hit double your max HP to kill you outright.
True.
Yeah.
But it would take down a saving throw immediately if she hits an 18. I will.
If
that.
the point being, if anyone gets onto death saves, there's not really going to be much help anyway, since we don't particularly have a stabilizer.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Ingvar.
What I was going to say, though, just before we ended my turn, was I was just going to say, I do understand that seems a bit weird with the specifying using the shield. That is because I don't want to use the pistol on her.
Okay. Fair enough. Ingvar, it is your turn.
Shoot it. I'm gonna hit the damn thing eventually.
You got this.
Roll it.
You have advantage, I think.
So that's
Until
20.
her turn, isn't it? Yeah.
How much is that?
21, I
19.
believe.
21 total.
'Cause it's 2
Shoot it.
It's 4 plus 2, right?
plus
Does
2
she-
on the board.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
that
so
hits.
4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 13.
Yeah.
That hits. Roll me damage.
I'll bring you up to speed in DMs, Rakan.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 damage. You sink an
Plus
arrow
4.
into Eliza's hide, and you watch as it sticks in the bark. She doesn't seem to really notice. Next up, Horace.
Okay. Okay. Should I just fucking attack? Okay. Here is. I do have a question for your DM. I'm not gonna pull more prestidigitation bullshit as much as I would love to. So basically in D&D, like I remember, like if you want to make an attack,
when it comes to prestidigitation, I will only allow you to maintain 1 prestidigitation effect at a time if it's constant, and it will count as a concentration thing. So if you get hit, you're gonna have to save for it.
all right.
Keep that in mind.
Getting hit is the main part. Sorry, ego's getting to me. But okay, so if when you want to make an attack non-lethal, is it only melee attacks?
Usually.
Yeah.
There are very
Usually
few exceptions.
it's like blunt attacks and non-lethal for the most part.
Then what about like melee spells? Like Booming Blade.
If declared with intent. we should
If
point
declared
out.
with intent to be non-lethal, I would say that they can be non-lethal. But if you roll a 20, then...
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I've seen
Okay.
people crit with a blackjack and explode someone's head.
Fair. Okay. If that's the case, then all my coming attacks in the future will be non-lethal for this combat, so I will go for a booming blade.
Alright, roll it.
Okay.
Hits. Barely.
Well, not including my bonus, but yes.
Yeah. But still hits.
Yeah, still it's. Okay. So, that is going to be a d8 plus 3. 9 damage.
Okay. 9 damage on the booming blade. You level your sword at the tree end before you. I would like you to roll me a d4. Real quick.
A d4.
A d4.
3.
Okay. As you level your blade at the tree and before you, and you feel the pulsing vibrations that come with the shockwave sound that your blade carries with it. The runes on the edge of the blade glow a bright, flashing orange light. And as the shockwave billows out from your blade, a thin beam of orange bursts from the tip and hits the treant square in the chest, igniting a small flame. And the treant takes 6 points of damage from that as well.
Ooh. Okay.
You just did 15 points of damage total. As you
Nice.
watch, the orange glowing runes on your blade fade and become dark again, as they were before you entered the sunlight when you were in the mine.
It's out of batteries.
Got it's solar powered. I just gotta like look at Horus, not saying anything, not gonna out myself, but yeah, just like
Eliza's
with a very
back.
delighted expression. Okay, here it comes.
Eliza reels back as this beam hits her in the chest and looks around wildly and notices this tiny figure in front of her. And she is going to...
Wait a second, I just realized, do you have the Master Sword?
Holy shit! I have the Master Sword.
She is going to cast...
Interesting, I think I saw that.
Fairly quickly.
Well,
Where
social
is
failures make
Thomas?
sense.
Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yes. She's going to cast Horn Whip. You see her bring her arm up and with a really strong gesture attempts to Thorn Whip you, Horace.
Okay, is this a save or a roll?
It
Or
is a
attack.
melee spell attack.
Okay.
That I believe
What's her-
hits.
What's her bonus?
+3.
Then, if that is the case, I will cast Shield, making it miss.
Shield. Read me the spell description. Where is that?
An invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects you. Until the start of your next turn, you have a +5 bonus to AC, including against the triggering attack, and you take no damage from magic missile.
Damn, I was going to magic missile you.
Duh.
Okay. You cast Mage Armor in the last session, didn't you?
Yes, but we got a long rest, so, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I
okay,
cast
so
it again.
That's
I cast
fine.
it again
So
this morning.
You're down to... Yeah, that's fine. +5 bonus to AC. What's your current AC with mage armor?
25.
25.
So
Yes.
he meant once the shield's been added.
Yeah, well, 25 once the shield's been added.
Oh, okay.
So-
20.
yeah, so-
basically.
Yeah, 20 normally.
Okay. That is fine. Eliza's thorn whip out of the ground and whips towards you. And just as it does, you pull up this bright, glowing blue shield in front of you, and the thorn whip smashes against it, but does no damage.
Very
Dang.
deep breath.
Darren, it is your turn.
Heck it, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna pull out my torch, which I barely ever use because dwarf. And I'm going to attack her with the torch.
Good man.
Okay.
We gave her plenty of warning. She's had chances to stop.
Yeah. Okay, right. I still get advantage, don't I?
I mean, I am
yeah.
flanking as well.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if I get sneak attack on a torch, but here we go.
Any finesse weapon, so I don't know what torches count as, I think.
16 total. Okay, 16 highest.
16 highest? No, that does not.
You only have
that
a-
does not hit.
You only have a +2 to dex?
I have a +2 to dex, yeah.
Ah, okay.
I rolled badly during
And I take it you're
character gen.
probably not proficient in torches.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, that does not hit. You swing wildly with this torch, but the stumbling ends, you can't seem to quite manage to hit her.
Hold still while I light you on fire, dang it.
If she was shaped differently, you couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Look, let it be
Shut the
on the
fuck up.
record I'm trying.
No, and honestly, I take the piss, but the record is appreciative.
Okay.
I think that's all of my actions, so.
Yeah, Isaac, it's your turn.
Okay, so let us, since the whole hidden thing is now gone.
Is it?
Rob, as far as I know, because it lasted until
No.
the start of her next turn, didn't it?
No,
she's already had.
Hidden thing is a
Yeah.
concentration spell.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, it's
so as
until-
long as he keeps it up.
Until Rakan needs to make a saving throw to keep the concentration going, it's in effect.
God damn. All right then. Okay, well that's potentially going to make this a bit better then. So, busting out the as debuted beautifully in the Boulette fight, Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
So that will be. Give me a second. That's a ranged spell attack with advantage because hidden. Need to find what my range. It's just my spell mod. What am I doing? Okay, 10's not great. A 17 is a bit better. And that is plus prof, so 19 plus whiz, so 20 toe.
Okay. That does hit.
Okay. And then, because I do, funnily enough, do not have 4d6s to hand, sadly, I'm going to summon 4d6s into the world in the jittering dice cloud of evil.
That'll do.
18
damage.
radiant.
Okay. Wow, that is pretty
God, I miss
close.
being able to cast spells.
You hold your shield high, and with the hand that is imbued with Mildred Delmain's power, you thrust it forward, and this beam of blue energy streaks from your palm and into the Ent's side, blistering up her arm and across her shoulder in this sort of bluish flame. she stumbles back, and she's looking pretty rough, honestly. Looking pretty rough. Ingvar, it is your turn.
Hold on, I'm slightly confused. Huh?
Hmm?
How
What's
am I
up?
talking to a microphone when the microphone's not plugged in?
Ah,
I don't know.
while you'd have tech issues, I'm gonna have a whiz.
Just confused. That's a headset. You know what? I'm not going to question it. Anyway, he's going to shoot it up because that's what he does.
You have advantage thanks to Guiding Bolt.
You?
I'll believe in you.
I don't believe in that one.
I think that just hits.
9 plus 4 plus 2?
15 and then another 2, so 17.
No, it's 9 plus 4 plus 2.
Then, doesn't she have an extra plus 2 from her weapon?
No, that is the extra plus 2.
And then the proficiency bonus.
Yeah, proficiency bonus is 4. Wait, no,
No.
hold on.
Dex bonus is 4, proficiency bonus is 2, and then plus 2 from weapon.
Proficiency, hold on. I am double checking. Where do I see? Yeah, okay. I'll say yes. No, wait. This is why I'm not sure about this stuff. Lydia hasn't filled up her proficiencies. That's why I don't know. It's fine. All of Lydia's spell attack and casting ability and proficiencies are empty at the moment on her character sheet. This is why I need you guys to have your Adventurer's Codex sheets filled out, because otherwise I have no idea if you're proficient in something or not. It's fine. I will take it as yes proficient, which means 9 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2. Yeah, that'll hit. Barely, but it'll hit.
For 5 damage.
Good grief.
Well, I mean, what's your play, Lydia?
I mean, I hit him, didn't I?
You did. He's on 1 health.
Oh my god!
What's your play?
Was it a choice between knocking it out or killing it? Is that what you're asking?
I mean, I'm asking, how would you like this to happen?
Theatrics.
Okay, we're at the right point.
Hit her in the eyeball?
Hit her in the eyeball. All right. You watching your teammates scurry about below, watching these flashes of blinding light, seeing all of this happening, you feel inspired. You feel you can do this. And you draw back your short bow and you loose an arrow. And it arcs through the air and hits directly in the single eye of Eliza Delamain's entish form. With a sudden roar and a cry of pain, Eliza's form vanishes. Where there was an entish figure, now an empty space. And from above you, on the rocks, you hear laughter. A clapping sound. And someone going, well done indeed. That was impressive. That was impressive indeed. You know, I haven't seen a fight that fun in a very long time, my friends. I shall have to commend you on your achievement. And up on the rocks above the hut, be about 9 to 10 feet off the ground, you see Eliza Delamain, feet swinging against the side of the rock, sitting there, almost not a care in the world. And she shouts down to you, Isaac. She shouts down, "Well, you've proven me wrong. My sister is helping you in what small ways she can. Maybe her time serving Lord Metacrow has taught her the differences between right and wrong for a change. I'm impressed. And that's not something I say lightly. Well," she jumps off the rock. I commend you. I will do as you ask. I will free my sister to spend her days wandering the eternal dark. Very well. And you see for the first time the true form of Eliza Delamain. Not the strong, youthful woman that you had seen earlier that day, but in fact, a very old woman, very decrepit, still wearing that sleeveless green tunic and leather belt, but that one green eye, still bright, but her face is lined, her hair is grey, not the bright blonde that you saw before. And she goes, I will release her. She has, and you have proven that she is worth, at least for now. What do you say?
Which one of us are you asking?
As the three of you watch, you see from the ether appears the glowing form of a woman. Very similar in looks to Eliza. But hair, instead of tied back in a bun, braided and long, wearing a relatively good-looking dress. The three of you before haven't seen this person, but Isaac, you're familiar with. Mildred Delamain steps from your palm, as it were, into the world, sitting in the shadows of the cottage, and she goes, "Sister, it is difficult for me to say these words. I realize we have had our differences in the past. I am sorry. I would ask that you take me back. No, I do not wish to be released. But I would like to live by your side again. Please." And Eliza sort of takes a step back. She looks surprised before nodding and saying, "Very well. I will take you on again as a sister." And she proffers her hand to you, Isaac, and she goes, "Well, Hunter, you've proven my perceptions of your order wrong today. Do you accept this bargain?"
To men like me, some things always stand above order. I'm a family man myself. Mildred has helped me towards several steps towards reuniting with my own. Who would I be to stand between her reuniting with hers? And offers his hand.
Okay. As the two of you grasp hands, you notice that on Eliza's right hand, half of a sigil is sort of burned in. The other half of which is on your left hand, or on your right hand. And as you grasp hands, the sigil wipes off from your skin, leaving it clean and unmarred, and the entire sigil appears on Eliza's hand. And you feel the presence of Mildred Delmain in the back of your mind. Vanish. And Mildred turns to you, stands by her sister, and goes, "Thank you, Eliza. I will not forget the kindness that you have proffered me. I will not forget your aid in my difficult times. If you ever need my assistance in the future, call on me. I shall be there when I can."
I can't deny. Gonna be a lot weaker without you. I might end up
I'm
in the
sure
eternal
you'll
dark
find
myself
your way.
faster than you'd think.
I'm sure you'll find your way, my friend. I believe that you will manage just fine. And with that, Mildred Delmain vanishes. Eliza turns to you and goes, "You've proven yourselves. I would say it is getting late. I would say that you can rest here for the evening, gather your strengths. We can talk a while. You can tell me how you came upon this sister of mine, and we can talk with your companions as well. Share stories if you wouldn't mind. It is rather lonely up here in these mountains, and I don't get company often." And she walks into the house. And she turns back towards you all and says, "Well, come on in." And that is where we are going to end the session for this evening.
Oh,
Uh,
nice and wholesome ending.
It's kind of I understand it doesn't necessarily mean the same to the rest of the folks, but it's kind of impressive to see any one of the original character arcs at least kind of conclude a bit.
Well, partially concluded, yes. But yeah,
A section of it.
a section of it concluded, yes. But yeah, for now though, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining us. This has been session 14 of the Shadows of Sorcery sessions. We will be back next month on the second Wednesday of the month for session 15, where we shall pick up from this point. I am happy that none of you died. I am mildly surprised that the main fight of this session almost managed to crit twice. But you know, it does happen. But yeah.
I forget that Ingvar floats when he lies down.
Yeah, the bottle. Yeah, thank you all very much for joining us this evening, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed. I certainly did. I certainly enjoyed causing apparent heart attacks to multiple members of my party today.
Our heart's just going a little bit fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you all very much for joining us this evening. I will be back tomorrow with Lying, probably for some Space Engineers. As of now, however, thank you all very much for joining us. Have a very good evening, everyone, and a very good night.
Ah.